Hello, one all, is my view of My Hero Academia Vigilantes, Chapter 110, Careless. And oh my god, Knuckle Duster is back. Oh my freaking god, Knuckle Duster is back, baby. Woo! I mean, seriously, not counting the flashback, it's been like 50 chapters since we last saw this dude. Where has he been all this time? I mean, I guess last time we saw him, a building did kind of collapse on him, so I assume he was either dead or so badly injured that he couldn't, keep up his vigilante work. He couldn't keep fighting against Six, but he seems fairly okay here. I mean, actually, I think about it, I can't actually see his right eye, so maybe he lost an eye, and maybe he lost a leg too. I can only see like 3 of his limbs. I see his arms, I see his right leg, not his left leg. Maybe he lost his, left eye, left leg, was recovering from that all this time. It's also quite possible, after, a freaking building collapsed on him, he realized, okay, if I do this again, if I go after Six again, I'm probably gonna die, and if that happens, my daughter will be an orphan, so maybe I should stop doing this. But then, when he saw the news about Koichi and Pop being wanted as villains, he realized, oh, god dang it, I gotta come out of retirement, don't I? I'm getting too old for this stuff. I'm getting way too old for this stuff. And since then, he's just been waiting in the shadows, biding his time for the exact right moment to come after Six, and that was definitely now. That was definitely this moment. I mean, for one thing, Six was about to murder Koichi, but for another, in this moment, Six's entire brain was focused on sniping, entirely focused on trying to shoot Koichi, so he didn't even notice that Knuckle Duster was approaching him, and what's more, Six even said that he was remodeling his body so that all of his joints would be locked in place, meaning they couldn't even respond to Knuckle Duster punching him. I mean, seriously, Knuckle Duster punched him like a good 6 times, and he didn't even, have a chance to deliver a counter attack. He just, laid there and took it, which, oh, that was satisfying. That was very, very satisfying. And this does really raise the question, what happens next? I mean, is this fight over? Is Knuckle Duster going to murder Six right here, right now? Because, those were some serious, serious blows. Or is Six going to turn things around and, have to be a real fight against him? Maybe even Koichi would see what's going on and, turn around and come help Knuckle Duster. A final fight. Knuckle Duster and Koichi versus Six. That would be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. And I am seeing a lot of people online saying, oh, Knuckle Duster doesn't have a chance against Six. There's no way Knuckle Duster can beat him, but I don't actually necessarily know if that's the case. I mean, the one thing people seem to be forgetting is that while Six can regenerate, he can only seem to regenerate the bomber cells. I mean, Six said that 80% of his body was bomber cells, but there's still the other 20%, which is, for lack of a better term, more human. And when, Six melted himself to get out of the handcuffs, his head was the only thing that remained intact. So I think it's very likely that his brain is not made of bomber cells, and if that takes enough damage, he could really die and not be able to recover from that. So with all these big blows Knuckle Duster is delivering to him, it's possible that he already killed him. It's possible they did enough damage to really put him down for good this time, which, I mean, that would be interesting. That would, answer the question, how exactly is this fight going to end? Because Koichi, couldn't deliver the finishing blow, Knuckle Duster could, so is the fight over? Did Knuckle Duster already win? I mean, I don't think so, and I don't think, Six is going to turn around and murder Knuckle Duster right here and now, because that would just, that would be unsatisfying. It would feel disappointing to us as the readers, so what exactly is going to happen next? And I do think the Cafe Gang are going to play a role in this because, let's not forget, they are fairly close to all this combat, all this craziness, so we definitely see them coming out to lend a helping hand. And we did see Mew literally run into the street for some reason. I mean, a lot of people online seem to be thinking, oh, she's going to become a damsel in distress, she's going to be a hostage, Koichi's going to ride out to save her and get shot, killed, stabbed, whatever, and, suffer some serious wounds because of it. But that's just such an overused trope at this point. I don't really think that's what the author has planned. So I have 2 separate ideas. I mean, first off, we can have the Cafe Gang, some of these are actually some serious fighters here, come out and lend a helping hand. Come out and, at the very least, hold off the bombers so that Koichi can focus on helping Knuckle Duster take out Six. I think it would make a lot of sense, be a lot of fun to see. But on the other hand, how exactly did Mew hear these words about the blast and how the crawler is being hounded by a villain and he's hurting? I mean, I don't think it's anything anyone in the cafe said, and even her twin sister didn't really seem to hear those words, seems to realize what she was reacting to. So where exactly did those words come from? I mean, is it possible that Mew's quirk involves, being able to pick up signals? And if so, maybe she's also capable of projecting signals, meaning if she gets high enough, she goes outside and gets to the top of the building, she'll be able to send out a signal to All Might saying, please come help us. There are some seriously bad villains here and we need your help. Help us, All Might, your only hope. I mean, that'd definitely be a good way to make use of this character, to basically have her be the one that, calls an All Might to come save the day. Plus, then we could actually have Koichi, Knuckle Duster, and All Might teaming up to fight Six. Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be so overwhelmingly fun. I would freaking love to see that. Anyway, though, back to the start of the chapter, Koichi's being chased by the bomber types, and he's having a very, very hard time dealing with them, especially because they can flank him and appear on all sides, which, very, very bad. And to make things worse, there are civilians who are just, standing around pointing like, oh my god, the crawler's flying! When did he learn to do that? Completely unaware of the fact that there are suicide bombers standing literally right behind them. Oh god, you people are idiots. God, you people are idiots. Though Koichi's also an idiot because after he takes a blast for them and gets thrown to the ground, he's like, are you people okay? And they have to respond with, us? You're freaking bleeding, dude! And he is just completely and utterly oblivious to the fact that he is very, very badly wounded at this point. I mean, seriously, I think when the adrenaline stops pumping and he starts really feeling all these wounds he's taken throughout the course of this battle, he will just drop to the ground and pass out. Very, very likely. But anyway, though, Koichi realizes he needs to get away from the people and tries to find another path outside of town, which is the exact path that Six wanted him to take, as he then turns his entire body into a freaking sniper rifle and tries to shoot at him, which, was not a terrible plan. It's actually a pretty good plan. Koichi's so straightforward, he would definitely go, the most obvious routes. The only problem with this, though, is that left Six completely exposed and completely vulnerable, and he didn't notice Knuckle Duster approaching him. As he proudly declares, too bad, sucker, 'cause I'm here! Oh, I love you, Knuckle Duster. I freaking love you, and I'm so glad you're back. And I'm really, really hoping you don't die in this fight. Seriously, man. Don't leave your daughter all alone in this world. I mean, yeah, she has Soga, who will definitely be your boyfriend down the road, which I am very excited to see. Seriously, Knuckle Duster will end up being Soga's father-in-law. That's terrifying. That is so utterly, utterly terrifying. I would freaking love to see that. Oh, and speaking of Soga, he's also on his way to the sound of the explosions, trying to get there to provide some backup somehow, some way. So I guess he'll be involved in this fight as well. I mean, like I said before, the cafe people might end up lending a helping hand to hold back the bomber type so Koichi can focus on Six. If so, Soga could definitely, get in there as well, help hold off the bombers. Actually, could he? I mean, his quirk is, for close combat, and the bomber types, you can't really fight them at close combat, so yeah, that might be very, very bad. I mean, he is going toward the sound of the explosion, so maybe he has some sort of weapon on hand they can use to deactivate the bombers, to weaken them, to stop them somehow, some way. I mean, I don't see a gun or anything on him, but maybe it's like a handgun in his pocket or something? I'm not sure about that. But anyway, please let me tell us down below, what do you think of Knuckle Duster returning after so very, very long? It actually reminded me of something Koichi said, when Knuckle Duster first appeared. He said, Master's only with us for a very short time, but it felt like, he was always by our side. Oh, I love it. I freaking love it. What's going to happen with his big battle against Six? I mean, is the fight over? Because, he did some serious, serious blows to Six's brain, which at the very least I think has to have caused, mild concussion. I could see Six renewing fight, but maybe, losing his mind, his rationality, going even more crazy, just like a wild, angry beast, completely blind to all sense of reason. That'd be, so overwhelmingly dangerous, but I could definitely see that being, the path this series takes, as Knuckle Duster and Koichi fight a wild, insane, deranged beast. I'm definitely hoping the cafe crew is gonna, lend a helping hand, hold back the bomber types, or call for help, call for backup. Or I guess actually I think about maybe Mew could, go find the heroes and tell them where Koichi is and that they need to come lend a helping hand, they need to come give backup to help him take down Six. I guess that would make a certain amount of sense as well. Oh, and we still have the box! We still have the box that Soga found at Koichi's apartment, which has not been discussed for a very, very long time. I mean, did Soga bring whatever was in the box to Koichi now, or is the box, completely unrelated, like it's explosives because they're planning on demolishing that building at some point? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Please leave all down below. Be sure to like and subscribe to the next video, and until then, peace!